sobafake stylini, yenza yonke into ngepashini, esami style fashini, sobafake stylini.
Okay, yeah, Season 2, Episode 3. We back in Johannesburg, you know, City of Gold, you know. Get your pot of gold, man. Don't play yourself like that, you know. We heard the tragic news, also the tragic news. Rest in peace to AKA Super Mega. I think homie played a really big part in South African music, and he was always ripping SA, you know what I mean? So as Off the Hook, man, we can only just show appreciation, you know. Yeah, I've got a dope guest out here. You know what I mean? This is how we do it, you know what I mean? All the time. You know, I feed you guys. You're not getting supply of my food. Snake man in the building. Yo, can you please introduce yourself to the peoples?
Yo, what's going on, guys? So my name is HUNGANI NDLOVU. Some of you might know me from your screens. Some of you might know me from my own little things that I do on the side. Maybe YouTube, you know, a lot of places. But I think I don't really like to talk about what I do much. Thanks for having me on the space, bro.
Thank you, man. What song were you playing on your way here, if you played music?
I was playing, it's from Mass Country. I think it's Dangerous. It's got
Dangerous with
Nadia
Blackie.
and Black. Yeah.
And what's your favorite song from the project?
You know, to be honest, I haven't given it enough time yet. But
yeah.
right now, I really am vibing with Company. But I think that's because like it came out
before,
just before everything else.
Yeah, me too. I'm messing with it.
Man, it's
sweet on my neck.
Yo, Diamond say, hey,
AKA's yo, man. That line is on point.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite song from AKA?
Oof. I think it's tough to say because I actually didn't even realize how impactful his music had been in my life up until all of this happened, you know. And I think it took just like going through one of the Apple essential playlist type thing that was there, listening to that, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like all of these songs remind me of a certain point in my life, you know, whether it was high school and this had just happened, you know, 10 Fingers on the Bible, Anati, that whole, like it was just so many like different songs just coming up. So to have a favorite, it's
a bit difficult.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
For real facts. And just going back to you, what is like your favorite childhood memory that you remember?
Damn. I think probably my grade 4 soccer career.
Yeah. Because
we had a tournament and we went to Uplands in Mpumalanga, and at the time I was at Mitchell House in Polokwane, and we passed down and all of that, and literally I star player.
You did the things.
If my parents were there, they were like, no, we've got
it's gonna be a soccer player in the house. And what position were you playing?
I was sometimes right wing or striker.
Yeah. And how you scored a lot of goals?
Gang.
Yeah, I scored also gang goals. Mid and primary, y'all can testify. Whoever was there, y'all know what I mean. And then how did you fall in love with acting?
By chance. So I got into the industry through dancing, and I was just like trying to find ways to kind of better my dancing, you know. And at the time I didn't really understand what acting was, and I thought it's just this like pretend of making your face look like you're sad or you're happy. So I wanted to know, maybe like if I express my face whilst I'm dancing, it might, you know, add a different element than other people. And then I got into workshops for acting, and then I was like, whoa, this is completely different to what I thought. And then literally from 2012, I was like,
you were hooked.
Yeah.
You were in.
Done. Like,
and which like actors influence you, or which actors do you look up to?
I think definitely Meryl Streep. Yeah, I think her level and capability of performance is just incredible. Definitely Denzel. I think if you watch him on Macbeth and then you watch him on Equalizer and Training Day and so forth, like the man has like a level of depth that is just, yeah, it's beautiful to watch. And I think also like of recent, JD Washington, who's obviously Denzel's son.
Yes, yes.
Because when my wife and I were in New York, we went to a Broadway play that he was in, The Piano Lesson, with Samuel L. Jackson. And I was just like, whoa, this guy is captivating. Like literally, I was looking at him the whole time.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't know that he can do this, you know. So I think it's so beautiful to also see actors, whether from film or stage, in the different platforms or different mediums, because you get to see they arrange, but also a completely different way in which they perform because the medium requires that. So
That's lovely. And in SA?
SA, definitely Selomake Kancube. I think he was definitely like one right at the top, and having worked with him and had that exchange was just like so life-changing, to say the least.
On which project did you work with?
On Scandal.
On Scandal, yeah.
Man, it was just like, yeah, I think you have moments where it's like, oh, I wish I never met my hero. And then you have moments where you're like, I'm so glad I met my hero.
Did,
you know, and I think that's me. Like, I'm glad I got to interact with him on set, that being like my first big project, you know, and he helped me calm down. I used to sweat like crazy, bro. Because like I was always nervous, like, oh my gosh, there's Ntate Jerry Mufokeng, well, Dr. Jerry Mufokeng, there's Khomotso Christopher, like it's just big names. And I'm like, I'm literally a fly in this room just wanting to absorb as much knowledge as possible. And I'm so grateful that they were willing to impart that knowledge. So yeah.
That's lovely. And which medium do you prefer the most, or which one is the most exciting, TV or theater?
Stage, bro. Theater. It's like being a musician, right? You get onto that stage, your audience is there, like the feedback,
it's
like,
direct,
it's live, like it's right now, you know. So stage theater, it's like the adrenaline that you get there, you can't. I mean, hey, maybe you can get it on a film set, but like it's something else, man. And I think also the beauty of being able to recreate this thing every single day for however long is another beauty that I find, because you have someone who maybe came on the opening night of the show, and then when they come on the closing night of the show, it's like, whoa,
it's a different
it almost
energy.
feels like it's a completely different show, you know. Yeah, no, the stage is beautiful.
And what do you think of the future of theater in SA? Do you think people are actually paying attention to theater and giving it its props?
You know, I think with the pandemic, there was a huge setback in the trajectory of theater. So I think the spaces right now are really trying to get back out there. But also the theater culture and community, I think, is also finding its way back into the theater. So I'm excited because I think there can only be growth.
That's
right. Seeing our legends growing, seeing the generation above us starting to have their own projects, their own productions. They starting to direct shows. Like I saw Uhlomla Dandala had a show that he directed, and I think like just seeing the progression, the industry is bound to get better across the board, and I think definitely theater is one that will be.
That's dope. That's dope. And what inspired you to want to dance? Like, what gave you that feeling? Because now I'm being my jiva, I mean, what gave you that thing? Because I know dancing is so much for people. It's so much freeing, and you know, you can express yourself and like just feel or understood. It's like, what gave you that thing where like, you know what, I want to learn how to do this, or I want to do this?
So I was very shy, like growing up, like super quiet, super reserved. And I think it was the only thing that I could do that was loud, that didn't make me feel like, oh, am I saying this the right way, or am I going to hurt someone's feelings if I say this, or whatever the case might be? Because like overthinking on another level. So if I could just dance, whether you like it, whether you don't, I'm doing something. And I think it was just the expression of what was, I guess, bottled inside,
yeah.
just having to come out. And that energy was like released. Okay, cool. And then we keep it moving,
Yeah.
until I got to a point where it was like watching Chica Machica, before that Jam Alley and
Yeah.
all of these different shows, then music videos, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, all of these.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, so wait, dancing is a thing, yo. Like,
Yes.
and then it was like, okay, cool. Well, I don't know any dancer that's making money in real life, so forget that. And then, yeah, that's essentially how I got into it. Like, it was just like growing up wanting to throw out this energy, and then having a family that always said, at a family function, I was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jive.
Come.
You know, when your mother shows you, hey, I try. The song plays. Hey, point to the.
The whole time.
Hey, yo, if you could go back and give your 18-year-old self a piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh, damn, son. 18-year-old Hungani, I would tell him to be nice to himself. Don't be so hard on yourself, and it's not the end of the world. Because I think, it's not the end of the world would be a very, very good one. I spent way too much time concerned about things that didn't matter. So it's not the end of the world. Be nice to yourself, and you're okay.
Yeah, you're definitely okay, son.
Okay.
Okay. Trying to remember what I wanted to ask. Cause I freestyle this, you know what I mean? I stay up on the head, so.
And you've been doing good.
Hey,
so don't
man.
drop it. Don't drop
Try
it.
to get best out here. And can you tell us about Ndlovu, the Ndlovu production?
All right. The Ndlovus Uncut Productions.
Yes.
So my wife and I started that, which is what essentially produces our YouTube channel right now, the Ndlovus Uncut. And subsequently to that, we moved into the social media space, and now we do like quite a bit of brand work and stuff like that, with a number of clients, which is amazing. So we are now branching out into more like long form content. So we have a short form that we've done that we're planning to release this year, and there's some few stuff that we're also working on, basically to try and introduce a different aspect to what people can consume on screen.
Lovely.
Because it's nice to come up with a show, and have a whatever 8-part series and so forth. But I think for us, it's like right now, because we are, I guess, in the infancy and the trenches of the Ndlovus Uncut Productions, it's like, how can we interrupt the industry with something new?
That's dope.
The production's coming.
That's lovely. And I just remembered my question that I wanted to ask. What I wanted to ask is like, how is it? How does fatherhood feel?
Oh, hey, you're going deep.
How is it being a father? Man, I had to come with my A game.
Being a father it's a trip. I'm not gonna lie. It is tough, man. I think there's just certain things in life that you can never really actually be prepared for until you're in it, and this is one of them. But the beautiful thing I love about fatherhood is how much it challenges me. To question my morals, to question my actions, my values, my priorities, because like I keep thinking, obviously, when I look at my daughter, like I want to impart X and Y, and I want to make sure that you know how to do this and do that. And then in that same sentence, it's like, but is that a reflection of how I truly am?
Yeah.
Or is it just I want the ideal for her, but I'm not necessarily living that
the ways,
ideal.
The things you want for I mean, it's a tricky one. It's definitely
so it's hitting home a lot, and it's just like a lot of questions, a lot of like, how do I grow in this area? How do I be honest with myself about this? And I think also like it's so evident, because the TV remote is a common thing that you use, she also gravitates towards the TV remote. So it's like, it's in the little things. It's not that they don't like playing with their own toys, but it's monkey see,
I always see
monkey
you
do.
holding that. Even with the
know?
phones, they see the touch
Exactly.
screen. Now they also like, hey,
and you
what's
wonder,
up?
oh, they learn so quickly. It's like, no, bro, they see you do it
Because we don't
every
notice
day.
that you do this. Because you're thinking like, because
2
they
seconds.
they keep watching you. Okay, this person keeps doing, and same too with me. It was the same thing, So yeah, definitely our actions. That's why it's very important for us to be an example. Not only to our kids, but just generally around your environment and be able to inspire, because there's always people watching and looking.
All
you know what I mean?
the time, bro. All the time.
And just to close it off, I know you're doing stuff with mental health. Can you just give us a little bit on that?
So my primary focus when it comes to mental health is for men. So there's an organization that I co-direct called Matrix Men, and we support and counsel male victims of any form of abuse, whether it's bullying, whether you're young, grown, etc. Just because like the amount of spaces that we have as men are really lacking. So trying to navigate that area so that we can actually have, quote unquote, the men's conference,
the infamous one. I've been there, by the way.
It's important, so I think because men have this thing of a societal norm of men don't cry, tigers, all of those
Toughen
things.
up.
Yeah, all of those things, it has caused a lot of damage that we get to see. The stats are the stats, and we can't shy away from them. Also knowing that there's 20 men who take their own lives every single day in our country is another stat that's just like, it's horrific. So how do we navigate these things, because we're not really seeing groups of men learning how to communicate with one another. So it's like, it's boys' night, but within boys' night, maybe let's start with a check-in, and then we can have boys' night, so that we know we're all good, everything's nice, or somebody needs some advice, or someone needs some financial help. I think the most tragic thing is losing a friend that you were so close to, but you don't even know why you lost them. So yeah, that's essentially what we do, and the goal right now is just to continue creating awareness, because I think it's a dual kind of matter. The mere fact that women struggle so much, whether it's dealing with the police about domestic violence, etc., the men struggle 10 times as much. So like, if our women are already struggling, then there's no man that's even going to come out and speak. So yeah, there's a dire problem that we are hoping to assist in helping.
Thank you a lot. It's that time, You see me smiling. Yo, we about to get into this.
Yeah, I'm nervous, yo, because I'm like, I know it's off the hook, but I don't know if I'm off the hook.
Let's get it. You good?
Yo, okay, so I put something together. Let's see how you like it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm nervous now. Alright. No, we're just having fun, yo. No, but for real, R.I.P. Super Mega. Man, shout out. Okay. I've been doing this for a little while now, trying to figure out who the hell I am now. 12 years in the game and I'm still coming up. If I asked you what I do, I bet you couldn't list it all. I guess me and MT got some things in common. Work smart, not hard, man, I've been on my grind. I'm never coming empty cause my cup is half full, man, I'm just getting started. Ooh-wee. They try to put me down, but they should've known. When I'm in the room, it's a different tone. I'm made in his image, I'ma hit you with an 8, crazy 8. Cause I tell you what I want, when I want it, how I want it, I'ma get it. Man, I'm all in my feelings and I can't conceal it. I'ma take it all away, I'm playing hard to gate. Yo, my life is so different. Oh, yeah, my life is so different, that's risky business. Yeah, we talking lemons to lemonade. Too many people just looking for some airtime. Yeah, I'm finna do my thing straight, talk, it's my time. Look, pause, listen. Book, applause, listen. Brooke, Flaws, Kristen. It's true. Yeah, I tried.
Yo, much appreciated. Can you please give the people anything you want to let them know, where they can find you, what they can look for in the future?
So yeah, everything is at HUNGANI NDLOVU. You can check me out, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, also, I'm a DJ now, so hit me up. Let's get them bookings going. It's all about the vibes, baby.
Get the bookings. Forgot to actually touch on the DJ, but
good.
it's cool.
It's all
You know,
good.
Hungs is
I'll be
around.
back,
Peace out.
you know.
Thank you for having us. We love you.
Sure.
Peace. Thank you, my bro.
This was dope, man.
So bafake stylini yenza yonke into ngepashini esami style fashini so bafake stylini
Okay, yeah, asikhulume.